That's why we got loose too.
This is why I am the way I am.
Sneaky.
If they're all right, switch you up.
Hey everyone, it is great to be back home.
Sir.
Good to see you. Good to be seen. Good to see y'all too. Had a wonderful morning. We did our Qigong. PJ's wife fixed us a wonderful meal. It was good.
You all missed out.
What's that?
You all missed out.
Alright, so today is going to be all Kerambit. So if you need a blade, we have several trainers over here. So go ahead and pick them up, and then we're going to get a little bit of warm up, and then we'll move from there. So
I've got 6 of them right here.
those of you who may have your own, as long as they are trainers and not live, we are good.
You guys, you have one? Yes, sir.
I see a new face. I'm not sure if I've seen the face.
This is Kristen Turner. She's with my non-show program in Greensboro.
I saw the one in the back, so good. Welcome.
And just so you know, that's where we both started.
Yes.
We met through non-show, trained there for many years. Then when he moved to Raleigh, he started personal fighting arts. And when I took over the program in Greensboro, it was doing well, and I said, no, I need some training for me. Jeff, decided to need somebody to come train with us. And I did. I said, well, been here long enough now. I always share this story. One day we're working in class, and he was trying to put a technique on me. He kept saying, I can't get this to work on you. How do I take you down? I was like, take out my knees. He took my knees out every time since then.
That's why they hurt.
This one.
But we had an excellent teacher. I watched him come up. He actually was my senior in non-show. I watched him come up and watched him as he has expanded his knowledge, gone in his own directions with progressive R&Ds. What he's done with non-show has been fantastic. So we're in very good hands. Today we're going to work on slice and dice and puncture, all kinds of good stuff. So everybody has a training blade. We're going to do a little bit of warm up. I'm going to do a little bit of plug for the Qigong, because I wrote out this project. I've been doing Qigong for a number of years. I've been a meditator for 30 years or 35 years, whatever it is. And this became very impactful the more that I began to use it. So a couple of years ago, I really wanted to go into, took some training courses and hired out stuff. And all it is, it's very much, it's a moving meditation that will help you create a more balanced sense of calm, centeredness. It will release stress. It is a holistic way of healing your body as well and helping to prevent sickness and disease. There's a lot of real strong benefits that come with this. A lot of it is, it's just that sense of centeredness and calm that you also get from meditation. We got to move that out into your moving world. This gives you some of that bridge. There's a lot of benefits, both energetically and physically. So if you want to, join us, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday mornings. Here is what we have. You guys have been part of it. It's very flowing. It will aid your martial arts, but that's not the intent. This is the health and healing side of what I do. Okay. But as we were talking today, there's a big, the more relaxed you are, the more centered, the more focused you are, it's going to come out and benefit in what you're doing in the arts here. But the benefits, they extrapolate to more of the generalized, more into your outside world. And the whole idea is that you are working from the inside out. You are harmonizing mind and heart and spirit along with your breath. And then the movement's only about 10% of it. So most of it is the focus and the deep breathing you breathe in. I want to challenge you, we're talking about this today as well, the benefits that deep diaphragmatic breathing, belly breathing. And you can breathe in And obviously you feel into your lungs, but you feel this diaphragm, that muscle, and it's a muscle, so it also has to be worked. As you breathe this in, then you can begin to feel like almost when you're sending, and I don't like the phrase, but I come up with, you're sending air like back to your kidneys and in your torso. You're obviously really not because the air is in your lungs, but you're getting that sensation and that feeling as the internal organs are being moved and whatnot. So there's a really, if you'll continue to use that deep diaphragm breathing and train yourself to go through your day with whatever you're doing, and little things will mess you up. I go to shave, and all of a sudden I notice my breath is stopped, or I'm more chest breathing. Nope. Deep diaphragm breathing. If centeredness and calm were to break, which is something a lot of us could use and want, it will be amazing. It will build over time. Okay? So today we're just going to do a little bit of warm-up, just to kind of get things rolling. So feet shoulder width apart, and we're just going to bend your knees. That's just going to pump up. Tuck your tailbone in just a little bit. Tuck your chin in just a little bit. The reason for this is to feel, if I stick my butt out and I raise my chin, then I want to breathe. I can get a good belly breathing, kind of get up into my chest, get in max. Now, tuck your tailbone in a little bit, bring your chin in. Feel how much fuller air that you can bring in. Okay, that volume of air. And the more that you work with your diaphragm, the stronger it will become. And you know, the deeper your breaths will be, so more oxygen in your system, into your blood. As you're coming in, the carbon dioxide oxygen mix, carbon dioxide is building up more of the waste and then that you breathe out so that you become healthier. So you come up, you breathe in, keep breathing. Once you look up this case just a little bit, so you top the air off, press, and then exhale. Nice, you know, mouth or nose doesn't matter at this point. If you want, just with your palms of your hand, just as they come down, just kind of feel, kind of just get in touch with your head, forehead, throat, heart, solar plex, navel, root. And also what you're doing is all those areas have energy points, chakras. So crown chakra, sometimes I will feel that tingling. Third eye, throat, heart, solar plex, sacral root. So just breathe. Two more times. Now, push one side, look over your shoulder, inhale as you bring your hands in, exhale. Bump your knees slightly. Down, pushing with my mind out. One more time. Come back to center. Split high and low, so you pump your knees up, one hand goes down, one goes up. Now in this case, I'm going to breathe in on the extend because I want to stretch my rib cage and facial. Breathe out, exchange. your hip bumps out just a little bit so you can get more of the stretch. 2 more times. All right. Now that we're all chill, let's slice it up. So, Kerambit. How do you hold it? Most common is in reverse grip with index finger through the ring. Now, if you see somebody and they are holding it forward grip, index finger, ring on the little finger, that is not incorrect. It was actually the original way it was used. Remember, this is a farming instrument, and I have member cloth. Okay? So that's not incorrect. Over time, it became more reverse grip. When I'm holding it, you can tell, now I have the ring that I can punch with. I can still punch and insert at the same time. I can slice, and when I'm slicing, it goes much deeper than a regular knife. So I can hook, slice, puncture, hit, and puncture all at the same time. Ideally, almost always, you want to have this blade constantly in movement. It's a very direct utensil, okay? Which means there are defensive ways of using it, but it's much more of a tool for offense. You can also hook onto arms, back of legs, pull. So, and now you have to understand what kind of tool do you have. Some have the longer blades, and this would be considered more of a battlefield blade. Some of y'all have seen some of my the live Kerambits that I have. Some are single-sided, some are double-sided. Okay? If it's double-sided, if you see me go this way, that means I'm slicing. If it's single-sided, it's an impact tool. Okay? Both have utility. However, you may, if I think I'm slicing across somebody's chest, but I'm just impacting, I need to know what my tool's going to do. Okay? The native ones, the original ones, were very small blades rather than large blades. They were hidden in hair, clothes. They were considered a women's weapon. And so all of a sudden they would come out of the hair, boom, boom. Okay? It became then more battlefield kind of things. So initially this was in the idea of battlefield. Remember, like samurai had the long sword, the short sword, and he always had those 2 swords as it became more the norm. Kind of the same thing, you had your spears, you had your weapons, you had your swords, and you had your Kerambit. Kerambit was the tool of last resort. We work in urban, suburban settings. We don't carry around swords. They are generally frowned upon in most cultures, but we do get to carry these. Now, I will tell you, if you were carrying this, it's not necessarily a function. You can't whittle wood real well with this. Although I do remember growing up and seeing the hawk-billed woodworking knives are there. But when you pull this out, my everyday carry has the Kerambit handle. It's a Fox Bastinelli, but it's more of a straight blade because that's more utility for what we're going to use it for, okay, in everyday life. If I'm walking around with this, it means, for me, either I'm about to do somebody harm or I think really serious harm. But you don't carry this just because, unless it's vain, oh, I think it looks cool, or you're scared, okay? When you carry this, you pull it out, it's business, all right? And to that extent, then, as we play with this, you'll notice a lot of what I'm going to do will be fairly simple, because this is a direct weapon, okay? With knives, I can play, and I have my lethal, wickedly non-lethal, and non-lethal versions. Kerambit is a little bit hard to get non-lethal in there. You can, but you got to work a little bit harder at it, okay? Because if he comes at and he wants to attack me, that's all I need, okay? If I'm coming in this way, I'm looking like I'm punching, and actually this goes up into solar plexus, up into his heart, fine. Did I disarm him? No. Deanimate it, perhaps. Okay? Same thing. Right across the throat. And I'm here. So, this is very direct. Okay? the most you're gonna, we're gonna see we'll do, if this is coming in, I gotta go, oh crap. Oh, well, we just passed it, now we're gonna deliver it, all right? So we're gonna see that, and then we're gonna start playing the what ifs, all right? We're gonna get started with a small drill, just so you'll remember placement. So, the sensei will just have hands up. This is gonna be the drill, nice and easy, very static. He is gonna just stand there. Boom. We're gonna come up, this is position 1, position 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Simple, we actually do all this already. Empty hand, bump, 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 bump. I have a blade, so I'm learning, okay, that's my first point of contact. What is this really? Anything that goes here to here. We're up, but I need to learn, don't just use your other hand to come in right away. Remember, I just come right around. Because here's the thing, movements of the arm. Wrist, knife, into the wrist. Machete, go up. Elbow. Shoulder, longer weapon. Sword. Alright? So, with this, 1, boom, right there. Then I'm going to use my light hand, my check hand, clear it out of the way. I'm going to come over here. Because now we're on the inside, going to the outside. I'm just shift my body to get out. Because it doesn't do good to stand right here. Hello. I need to get out of the way. Okay? So, pair up, nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? Yes, sir. Have fun. We'll start counting for a second.
We'll rotate partners and we go through.
Pay attention to placement and precision. Excellent. Good.
Less chances.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Much like
But there's also going to be times when if I do this farther down,
There you go.
It does fall in the category of don't do it.
Yes. You're getting out of the way. Why else? Are you inside or outside? Why would we want to be outside?
Well, I can leave or I can practice leave and then we're going to
Right. Why would we get stuck on one or the other? Not constant.
one more time each side, and then we'll come from there. All right. So those are just, those are the positions we're going to start working with. Use those as reference points. When, okay, I'm going to work from the outside, I'm going to work from the inside, it can be a split entry, I can work on the inside here, or I need to get to the outside on the other side. Okay? Now, we also still have the line attacks, and there's one use of this I didn't touch before, and that's flip. Okay? So the flip is a good way. There's a couple ways to use the flip. One, for distance, either, and we'll kind of show them coming in, I'm hitting, maybe starting to move out. So my cut here, which is my preferred cut, which is reverse grip, is very powerful. Maybe it's going to be too far away. I flip, and now I can come through. There's times when we'll work with this, I may punch into the chest, flip to get to the throat. Okay? Now, can I still punch into the chest and hit this side? Yes, I can. But there's times when you're going to, you may want to have a little more extension. This will work. Yes, sir.
Can you show the grip on your extension?
Yep. So when we throw it out, it stays on the top of the knuckle or just to the outside of your main knuckle, your finger. And as I flip it, I'm catching it with my thumb. Some have little flat portions on here. So one, it's a thumb grip for on this side, but also works to make a stop on my finger here. Okay. Now with the trainers, you don't get the impact of this as an impact weapon. All right. With some of the heavier Kerambits, and the smaller Kerambits won't do that, but some of the heavier Kerambits, when I did some training with it with Prof. Jack, he was real big. We had to get wrist guards because we would come through and bam, you're hitting. Same thing, I can come through. If I'm non-lethal, boom. I am not hitting him with the blade unless this is double-sided, but impact. Bam. Okay. Boom. So all of a sudden he comes in, bam. Boom. Okay? So it can punch, it can slice, it can puncture and slice. It can hook. All right? I want today. So what we're going to look at is this outside first. Okay? You'll notice a lot of times you'll see, especially from the slot where a lot of my blade work comes from, you're going to see this motion. You'll see that in a lot of their postures. Okay? Part of this is when he comes in, I'm going to meet him, roll. This hand is elbow control. Okay? It's also deflection, but I'm going to a little bit of elbow control. Notice when it comes in, now when I get shield, and if it's double-sided, I'm getting a little bit of cut here as well. Whether I'm pulling down or he's pulling back, all right? So I'm catching, I'm going to use this to help extend that arm, but it also helps pull me into it. My footwork is not allowing this to step and pull here. Remember all the fundamentals, I'm still firing from this back foot. This is just helping me propel here. Okay? So all I want you to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Please be aware of the type of training weapon you have. That if you have sharp, this has a little ball that looks like it shouldn't hurt, but also there's times when you really do feel it, I'm told. And some of you with little metals, just remember that it is still metal. We're going light, but you know, you're still coming around the throats.
Sure.
If none of that works, just remember it's your turn next.
Yeah.
Okay? And our group has a wicked sense of humor, which I love, so good. All right, so we just in, here, punch it. real quick, keep me that seat. So, when you're coming in, how much room do I need? So if he's coming in with the swing, and I'm here, how much room do I need to take this down? There are some portions of our salon that will, and then bring this into it, okay? We have that from, which our elbow drop? It comes in. Part of that is just this. Bringing him in, come up. But I also want you to get a feel for how little effort you need to do, okay? I just need to come in, I want to make sure, A, it's not coming here, but I'm just, that's as far as I need for it to go. Anything more drops my defenses and opens me up for that hand, which could come across. So I'm just here and come in. Okay?
Sir.
All right.
I'm sorry, he locked up on me.
It's okay. Yes. Yeah.
Doesn't matter which leg you start on?
Yep. With this, it actually does help it break a hole. So it is a little bit more dramatic. There's a place for it. Okay? Because sometimes if we're really going at it, we're coming in. Okay? Yep.
Says that Susan takes it easy on me sometimes.
Just a little. So then just to show how easy it is.
All the way around.
You deserve this popping in to get out of the way. In part, when I pop this is a good point. So everybody, when I'm popping this elbow, part of this reason is I just want to get it up out of the way. I also want to keep this arm extended just a little bit, and there's elbow control. Where does he want to go? What's our natural work? If I come this way, this is my next natural move. If I go here, statistically, I'm going to go here next. Okay? So when I come in, this is also elbow control. I want to feel if he wants to come this way. Now I'm not going to hang out here and go, what are you going to do? We're going to end this discussion very quickly. Okay? All right? So just kind of just work with that because this mentality is important. The footwork, don't lose because this has to be very quick. Okay? You think when this comes out, I need to be decisive, intentional, relaxed and calm, centered, but quick. I'm centered because I don't want to think about my movements. I don't want to be thinking about what I should be doing. I need to move. That takes training to build it into your system. It also takes awareness in that moment. But this has to be very direct. Okay? All right, a couple more times.
Pull down. I pull down to turn this way. Nice.
this one size, so you don't get quite your used
All right? Now, do I always have to deal with the incoming up here? I always have to go, not necessarily. I could go here, here, here. Okay? So now I'm coming in, I'm still getting this offline. Okay? In this case, he gave me a number 2. With a number 2, I might go here, cut, cut, and then I might come over the back if I want, depending on where I am, or I could flip. I did that. Yeah. All right. So this time, part of what I want us to do is go ahead and give me number 1. We're going to put a number 2 in there. So I'm going to still come in. I'm still going to catch this. In other words, if he's coming in with a high hook, and this one, this is what I choose to do. This is what I feel. Work it straight in. If it's a high hook coming in, I'm still going to pop it up and get out of the way. Okay. My hand is dropped, but yeah, and I'm up here. So I may drop my level a little bit. I'm going to cut through. I'm still going to block this because remember, he wants to come around, and I got to catch this. Now, once it's here, pop it, project, come here. Okay? So I'm coming down. 1, 2, 3. This series. Go up high enough. We're here. So 1, 2, 3. Okay? Can you do it? 1, 2, 3. You can play with the footwork of keeping it outside or moving inside to get it. I like moving in because I'm invading their space. There's also good reasons to keep it up on the outside just here. All the reasons we teach that when we're working empty-handed, okay? But there are times I'm still going to move into him here. Okay? All right? Right. It can be a round punch, it could be a straight in, it could be any angle. Yes.
If you'll step with your left, coming this way. So after you pass here, you're on the left.
He got that from me, yes, you're right.
I don't know either. You just point it away, put it, I'll do it.
That's right. Eventually hang out with you long enough. Hit him with the knees.
The other knees.
The other knees. Just hit him. And don't forget, if I'm going to, you go right, you go left. Go with fingers pointed. Forward pressure.
Yeah, so as soon as you hit me, there's a I was running on my wrist, okay?
So it's passing, get another way. Because it's not necessarily.
Yes, this is coming out. Nothing wrong with it. It's just enough to keep that hand. Because if he comes in, I'm going to right here, just enough, so I can block it. This is going to come in, catch that. But if I'm going too much, he can go around it. Come down, he can use this to block his other as well. So this is very much. I can move under my pressure. Does that make sense?
Yes, there's no intimidation.
Absolutely, yes. So, but you get under here, then I can step into my. So it's a emotional.
Maybe a little too much. My hand has to come back.
Yeah.
Oh, it's, I thought it came off.
Okay. Let me talk about something. Trying to cut through. I'm not doing cutting through just enough. Actually, that's a good point, real quick. this, always look, when we first start out, we always have big movements, right? Because we want to feel it, we need to slow it down. Perfect. As you get more comfortable with this, you start shaving off inefficiencies, okay? One of the inefficiencies of this, it comes in, if I go way big, then I've got to travel back over here. That half second could give him enough time to move and cut through. I want to shave off inefficiencies. So I'm right here. I just cleared his body. Elbow, right here. Right here. Okay? So I just want to shave off those inefficiencies. So nothing wrong. When you first get accustomed with it, just kind of know as you get more practice, tighten this up. Nice tight flow. Always the idea, I should be able to take him out without the person behind him seeing what I did. Everything kind of should be right within this frame of your shoulders. Most of us around 18 inches or so, 2.5 feet. You know, same with Charles. All right, but I look at it, I kind of go, this is what I'm looking with, and remember my own frame. If I'm way out here with being, you know, offensive, yes, that things that come up. But if I'm trying to be defensive and move, the more I spread out, I'm away from my frame, the more I keep things in. It's here. And a lot of the styles where this came from, they actually will put blades under the armpits, and you have to keep it right here.
Without dropping the blade.
Without dropping. I've heard there was one where they would have arm bands with little spikes. So if you came down too much, then you would stick yourself, and that was your reminder. We tend not to do that in our culture, but I'll come back next time. I'll have a coach, I'll let you know. So now how I deal with this, it comes in really close. So that's all I need. Okay? A couple more times, then we're going to change, and we're going to slice it through on the other side right here. Yes. Good. That's it.
Just a little bit, not a lot, but enough that if you oh, see. Feel it kind of going down, and the knees are next.
Working with just weight.
You know, I like to set stuff up. Some reeds used to be, you know, what they call blood reason the reeds are called blood. They actually were polished. Tires were on the top of the head, so when the collar was too long, it stopped the blade. Yes. I was going to say.
Yeah.
We try to get
Your own
yeah.
thing. It's anticipating, all right, it's on an arc. Where's it going?
He cut it. He was trying to kill me.
I have to make sure I get here. Hold it over.
All right. All right. So everybody take your Kerambit. Hold it out, vertical position. Let. Okay. When it comes out, you're going to catch it. And you're going to flip it back. If you do this with the live blade, I will tell you that when you feel this, because some people think, well, I don't want to drop it, so it's safer for it to go between this middle knuckle and my back knuckle. When you do that, you you send it actually right back onto your arm. And so you will find those of us have little tiny scars right about here because we have to test this theory, right? So we have our live ones and we go, oh yeah, that's good, but I think I'm going to drop it. So I'm going to move it back farther on my finger. Ouch. Ouch. Okay? So you keep it at this knuckle, your middle knuckle, or a little bit before. Okay? Now, how do we use this? One use for this. There's a couple uses for this. Keeping with the same theme that we just did. He's going to come in and just give you straight number one. I'm going to come in. We're going to cut. I'm going to cut. Same thing we just did. Instead of coming here and going up, I'm going to step over. Notice I'm coming off to the side. I still want to get away from this hand. I'm going to flip, and this hand, if it comes out too far here, he's going to catch it and see it. I want to move it right past his face. If I take off his nose, my double-sided Kerambit, not a bad day for me. But it's not my aim. I'm here. I come across. These work in parallel lines. And here I'm going to push across his chin. I'm going to pull this across his throat. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3. All right? Now, yes, I can still do this the same here, 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 here. Doesn't make any difference. I can also do goosey, here. Because the only thing that changes is that last part in, as I come close to it. Okay? So, in keeping with just the flow that we're doing, he comes in, I'm going to go through liver, I'm going to block this, I'm going to check at the elbow, he wants to come up, and I'm going to move away alongside him and almost to his back. I'm like perpendicular here. Come through, I can drop this leg behind, get caught, and rip. Okay?
Mine do a little wobble.
It will feel somewhat wobbly. When you get a real one in your hand that's properly weighted and balanced, you'll have a little bit more stability.
Your knuckle, I feel more secure like this, or it's like that.
Then yeah, like right in here.
Yep.
That's how I do it.
I think.
Okay? All right? So play with that. All right? So I am 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Yeah. So that I he come across like this. No, with jaw. Yeah. It's the bush pull. Pulling here. Just like we do like for agent on the arms to pull down. So I push here, so now you just set this out. No, it won't at first.
Yeah, like, I'm like, why would I throw over the actual leg?
Well, exactly. And I don't advocate using it a lot, but there are times when it's functional.
Yeah.
Right. So that's kind of where I'm trying with this. It took me a few years of working with Kerambit to not even want, I didn't even know. The last one, and that's all. Some of it was just show demonstration, which is fine. But then I went, oh, okay. Other times we'll bring the head down. I can cut straight through, but I can also, it's my choice of what I do on this. Because you've got tools for a toolbox.
Again, part of the
Scale. I cut myself, so I'm not going over, so you go over, so you have more control here. So I'm here, flip, yeah, go that. And it's just, you're gonna run this parallel line. Okay. Okay? Advanced blade weapon, so, you know, if you catch yourself, it's on you. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You talking getter blade with the fence, with straight knives, Kerambit? I taught her well. Yeah, I know, I saw. Think about putting
Good.
See how they just crosses parallel lines. His tools in the toolbox, it doesn't also mean that I can't just go like that as well. And I'm trying to be Christmas. Oh, for sure. I see that. Oh, for sure. Black goodness.
Unexpected ways.
So they put it under. Whenever it's speedy. All right.
Yeah, I do expose sometimes, but if you punch this, when I come here, I'll punch this out so that I can
Oh, okay.
clear it.
Shades, like shades.
I can't see it. It's hard for me to understand. Like shades it out.
So I don't know.
But the idea is, he might see that shadow across his face and move, but it shouldn't.
Charles been watching ninja movies. He doing it too quick. I can't see the light coming.
Good. Man, I was watching this when halfway through the opening sword. Yeah, that is called Shadow. It's on that one. It's a Korean Shadow or something. But it's within the first 6 minutes there was this bad. I almost texted everybody, realized it was being like, "Mom, you should." It was like this awesome, two-hand blade knife, and he's just tearing up. Like, oh, I went back and rewatched it, and I almost texted, but it went down. I was like, "Take a break."
I saw John Wick. He's a black belt now. That's right. But yeah, it wasn't really. I don't know. It was fictitious. Some of it, belts and stuff like that.
Actually, that's something. Actually, that's real. You can do that. With training, you can do that.
I watched your paracord.
Yeah, then we add that to the belt. There is.
We gotta do something. We gotta try to do a class.
All right, I'll come back and do one.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's look at, we just kind of came through this slip. Another way is just using the flip, okay? If I need to gain distance. Here I really didn't need it, it was just kind of a question. Now, we're great for working from the outside a little bit. And if I come from the inside, say if I come here, here, I want to come and he's going to catch me right there. Now at this point, we know all the ways we can get out of this, and we're going to work on elbows, we're going to work on other things. But we also, if I just drop this out and flip, I'm going to get away. Oh! Okay? Now, let's address a couple of things, because you'll immediately notice this is a really strong grip. This feels much lighter. I've heard discussions by very reputable people that this has just as much power as this, and I still don't believe it. So, but what I will say is, the way that you hang on to this is going to be for soft targets. Okay? I'm not necessarily looking at, when I use this, to go into, if I go into the ribs, I'm just gonna hang up, okay? If I go into areas that are real bony, I'm just gonna hang up, unless I'm doing it with a particular purpose in mind. But with this coming in, I'm going to come 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Come on, to the inside.
Yes.
Remember we went here?
Mm-hmm.
Here. So we're to the inside. Cut. Check. Because I don't want to just think I did something with that. I didn't sever it completely. So I'm here, check. I want to come into him. Now, if he has a big draw and I don't know if I can do this, can I go under? All the positions that we know. He's going to hold on. We're going to discuss lots of other ways we can do this much more wickedly. But in this case, I'm going to come down. I get his grip, flip, cut across. Okay? So, once again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Does it have to be belly? Not necessarily. That would be my choice. More arteries too. Ruth isn't here, Ruth will like this. Okay? You're all there. Play with 1, 2, 3. Roll that down. How your partner, because y'all are all advanced enough to know how your partner catches this has a lot to do with the sushi that I'm going to do. Here I can drop. I'm great. He pushes me in, that's harder. I mean, you can come out and then come. Okay?
You're smacking with the back side, is that correct?
I am slicing with the front side.
This side. My brain isn't telling me how to do that. Because you come out this way, palm is up.
Sure. Yep. If you want. Yeah, you're just gonna catch that hand somewhere. Yes. Good. And if he, controls are strong. If he catches you right here, and he's pushing in, I may go out here. Yes. Because typically when I teach this, it's coming this way. But when you get somebody who's strong, or he's pushing this in, this is work. When you remember, this is still live. So I go, okay, that's harder. Water goes least resistance. Part of that. Okay.
Do the, should we say cut the roll on this?
Okay. That's it over here? I can come down.
Oh,
When we come in from here, I say, sure. Boom, boom, catch. Yeah. We're there. We start working on the inside.
cool.
Pinch it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't always use a lot of these, because, anytime you move something, you're wrong.
Yep. I think you spent that extra $50. Expensive, but inlays for the company.
This is my, I didn't let go.
Monitoring? Yeah, okay. Because it's still live. So if I come in here and here and you want to catch, I still need to monitor. Your mind is going to be on here, but I need to feel when you're going to move that here. Just near me. I can got it. Thank you. So that's he's always here in contact.
Could you do that one more time?
What did I do?
Yep.
Okay.
My hand isn't working.
And then I came down, and then I cut, and then I went,
What's that one that I was struggling with? Yeah.
I use
Unless
this.
I'm about to go like this.
I use this a lot because it's twisting and turning. And a lot of in my expression, my style, especially with this lot, they use twisting and turning in the body. So you can add more, but also it loads me up. It loads me up with this next move.
Right. People in the way.
All right. What we got?
It is a different, but it works.
That works. Yeah, and we're actually gonna go to that, so we're not flipping, we're just cutting right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, bring it in next time.
Come through, it's double sided, and I have here. And however we got here, and I'm in the middle.
What was that?
If it's double sided, I use cut. But if not, I may come out, cut here. So we're gonna work a little bit on that cut. That cut.
I looked at it.
Again?
Yep, good. All right, 2 more times each side, each person.
Okay.
Good.
Boom, boy.
Now, let's also look at gunting strikes. So we're working a little bit off the outside. So we took this high line out here, we caught, came up, we came through, we caught, we went through, we got this, we skipped the hand, went here, came up, one up here. We're going to cover one later, which goes this way. Here, which is a little bit different, because I teach that better from the outside, but it's still there. But now let's look at gunting. Gunting we know from our empty hand. It's scissors. So if he's coming in, okay, that was good. All right? So,
Welcome back, Richie.
Yeah.
now, with the Kerambit, if I were, he was going to come straight, he's bam, or maybe he's a shallow angle 1. If I take my knuckle here and I'm empty hand and I'm hitting right here, okay? So one hand is pushing this way, the other hand is creating a shearing action. And I'm looking at hitting with my with that knuckle right here. So if I'm empty hand, I can come in, right? What if I have a blade? I still use that knuckle as my guide. I may not get all the way into his elbow, okay? I may not. But when this comes in, I'm looking at same thing as if I were punching. Cut through.
Now I'm missing a good portion of my forearm.
Where am I cutting? Deep in here. With this pushing back, it's a force accelerator. I'm here. Still coming. For those of you, strike right, brush block, same thing. Cut. cut. Now, we're still going to go back to the same page we did. In. For those of you who are not so squeamish, don't look practices. Into the eye. Okay? Might as well blind your opponent, he will stop trying to fight you. But, so even this comes in, boom, boom. Hands. I'm coming in, top side, left hand, cross hand, bottom, going deeper. Part of that is, now I always consider this to be an advanced tool, so I'm not always going to tell you all the ways to not get yourself cut, because there's lots. One of them is, if I come in and I'm more this way as I come through, I might catch myself. You still have to be careful. Can I catch myself and go this way? Of course I can. But this is an advanced tool. If you're going to use this, don't cut yourself. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So now we're just looking at those. 1, 2. Done. Okay? Questions?
Can I say one more time?
Yes, sir? So, come in. Remember the angle of my hand? Laid up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to go sideways. Lay up. Corkscrew punch. From Judo Sato will have it, but also remember we went through some of these. Remember? And this exchange, corkscrew punch. Corkscrew punch. Corkscrew punch comes in with mounting. It comes in with blocking. It comes in with a big overhand. Okay? So it's there. It doesn't mean to use it exclusively, but it's a tool. So, comes in, cut, seal, seal again, in. Do I need the seal? I can do this one-handed. Okay? But you're better off too. But you know, maybe I got groceries. Or other Ciroc styles, the founder had mouth on guard. He only had one good hand. So a lot of you, what you'll see is those key locks that you see. So just kind of know, if I'm here, that's all I need. If he comes in and he raises that, I go, okay, well, then I got to move out of the way. But understand, this is what's doing the work. This is your safety. Okay? This is just here to protect. Okay? A couple of times with the mounting, pass, come on.
So as soon as it cuts down, here, yeah, but as soon as it cuts this way, I'm right here. Okay. Yes. Yes. And now, slow it down. See the body shape. It's like come in. Yeah. There's that seat. I'm not explaining to be perfect at this stage. I can see that safety more than that's really, I want that extra pressure. Can you watch me real quick? But also because move your, yeah, if I have a little long on this.
he's out, we're gonna change, not change it, but I'm gonna show you what's not gonna use it. If I come, you go. I just give you.
That's, okay.
So if I come in, come, right in here. So I don't think I'm gonna pull this back, and I'm just gonna keep it, but I'm gonna be able to also seal it to him along the, I'm gonna follow. I don't want to trigger this, but I try to, that's all I'm looking at. I still like to come in, if it's too far out here, but you're gonna work with it for a second. I leave some vulnerability, but then I can't just leave it here as my attention is when I get my hands on it. Okay, but what we're working on now, here, we're going to follow this on the, this is now your shield. Yes.
Okay.
How's that looking? A little bit more instead of the red, you're saying this is mine, all of it. Control that whole lot. Yes. Slow down. Right? Yeah, this is something we have a lot of work to get around.
And also that clip too. See how that's already.
This is moving up. So here, now I need to.
Yeah.
And also I like, one thing, I'm always gonna worry about the arm here. One, right here. Now I knew what the arm. I like to move because that's my get right here. There is more to the body. But, yeah, I like,
Yeah, yeah.
One other thing real quick with this, everybody's looking really good. Mentally think about, I'm gonna work my way up his arm. So, position 1, position 2, I'm mid forearm to elbow. Position 3, I'm elbow, maybe a little bit higher, but elbow. Position 4, palm. Okay? So as I'm working up the arm, I know that I'm not necessarily going to be down, crossing myself in here, working right here. I work up the arm into the torso. Okay? Now, because what happens is, so as I come in and if I go here, there's times when I am going to reach back for this hand. Why? Because it's still bladed. All right? Typically, we try and go for a disarm as quick as we can. Gets the blade out of his hand. Leaves me with the only one with the blade. Right? What's the deal with the Kerambit? It's a wonderful little ring. Makes it entirely difficult, very difficult to disarm. Dismember is a different question, a different answer. So, when it comes through, now with this, we're going to change just a little bit. We're going to go into plucking. So we're going to combine two things. Now, when I'm looking at, as you know, outside gate, split entry, inside gate, split entry, outside. So, we've been working on this outside gate pretty exclusively, except for when we didn't, right? He wants to come in, and I'm going to pluck. This is still that corkscrew punch coming down right here, or right on top of the clavicle. You've got arteries, you've got the whole brachial plexus that runs through the arms. All this is right here. Okay? Yeah. You got pectorals here. We're going to work a little bit. When we change a little bit, we're going to start cutting the pectoral muscles. But for right now, coming in, he's here. I'm just plucking. Okay? When I pluck, 'When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When I pluck, this hand right here is still going to be my safety. When it's here, I'm gonna reach down and grab it. Okay? Now, what happens if you squib, whatever doesn't work? You go to plan B, which plan B for us is here, seal. Because in a fight, that happens. They don't all just stand out here, oh, great, and I need to get away because that can come down and cut me here, right? So if it comes in, I may come right here. Realistically, in more of a combative situation. Notice I'm in contact with his feet. I don't want to chase him. If he pulls away, it could damage his foot. It may not, but it gives him something to think about. I sharpened my toenails just for that.
Why not? What a coincidence.
Yeah. So when I come in, now I'm going to come in here. Now, with the disarm, normally we would have all these wonderful disarms, right? Can I do this? I can, but man, not going to work. Can I strip it out? Yeah. No, but what is fun if you do get that, because I had somebody who said, oh, so I got finger marks. Be careful of the blade, I got finger marks. Okay? I wouldn't necessarily.
They really like finger marks.
That's what I saw.
They were so happy we chose that.
All right. I thought that whose idea was it? All right, so when this comes in, here, catch. When I come through, I got two ways. I'm either gonna cut the outside, if I'm double-sided, I'm gonna cut right to the fingers. If I can cut them off, great. What'll happen? He's gonna drop this. But if I don't have that, I may just come in, go to Gaishi. Tendons. Tendons are now tight, they're gonna rip, boom, in. Okay? So, he comes in, boom, cut, cut. All right? Here, I pull back. So, I'm monitoring it, I can seal, I can pick it up, I can cut. I don't need necessarily both cuts, but some of you have single-sided, some of you have double-sided. Almost everybody obviously has something with at least sharp on the inside. Cut. I like changing my foot to come up the center, and I'm going to come right up the center. Okay? So, questions? Cover, seal, pick up, cut the fingers, cut the inside, cut through. What's that?
Can do.
Can do. All right.
Ready, slice and dice in Pluck in first. Now, step, foot. Yes, foot. So you either gonna step on my foot or down the
Now,
finger.
y'all are doing it. Y'all can practice this. Okay. This is that clock.
Yeah,
This is that
yeah.
clock.
Good.
Literally, I'm not trying to run down here. Why? Because I want to be top down the ball. And I'm going to start now. If I want to, I'm just coming out, hold him down, slide across. But, pluck, seal, catch, catch.
I feel like I can catch it.
So, then, yeah, I'm here, boom,
So I have
seal, come in, pick that up.
not bad. Look at that. That's it. But once I have that, I can grasp.
Not so far, that's a destruction. Can't do that.
So I'm not ready to get that guy.
You said, I'll step with the other foot.
It's beautiful. Here, good. Right.
And now you're showing
Right. So this should be enough.
yeah.
If it
See,
isn't,
and I could bring this to split
Yeah,
entry.
that's right.
You're literally Charles Goose.
just my second slot, turn it on. And
Split entry comes in. Right. So I'm going to monitor this, so it's going to come right across my shoulder.
What you're getting is, that
so that's why I'm calling. That's why I can pick this up. All right, or have a seal, pick it up. Right up. Nice.
There.
Yes, of course, we are. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And now I'm more off the top. This comes across.
This right here, you don't get to throw out of that. Leave it. Now, see my shoulders.
This other guy should just have a heel protector and stuff here.
Oh.
Okay. I'm actually Step on your foot?
Yeah, you're good at that.
Yes. Good? Just down. Hold it again, please. Okay. Right there, I'm going to add something. So, when you come through, and I'm here, we're trying to seal him down. Yeah, and there was some. Now, otherwise, there you go. Here, they're not reaching until they finish. Then as this comes out together, and here this. Okay. But I like, especially when you're first learning, here, seal, pick it up. Yes. Now, as long as you're intentional with the seal. The other night I had a guy, and he wasn't my normal bouquet, but he was bouquet, and he kept fighting me every no one of them. So I finally just said, work with me for an okay. Because otherwise I got to show a little more advanced stuff that nobody's trying to do. So when you come in, even if I come in and he's really strong and oh man, I can only get him that far, I'm sealing him from this and using, but when you come right here, because when I'm here right now, it's not bad that I am. You just grab it with his hand. Because of hand palm. That's a brute move. I gotta get this codification on here. That's right. That's better than going and keeping this chasing for now. And all it has to do is take that hand and put it across here, just lay it right across. So it's my chest, I'm tight. We can now get both. So I just want to go. Okay. And then I'm going to break this thumb. There's little things you just kind of want to pick up.
No, you did it. You did it right.
I can get in here. Like here, I have to now I got to break the thumb while I'm getting the codification.
That's not messed up.
Real quick, let's have a little bit of nuance fun because we were just playing with this over here. So, this hand, he comes in, I'm plucking, I'm sealing. As I come here, what can I do? Number one, thumb pad, learn the Kotegaeshi first. When I bring this up, remember I'm not up here, I'm dropping so it goes quick. I want to break his structure as well. And I'm here. Now, when I come through, in this case we're using this here. I may just find the thumb. And once I get the thumb, now I'm doing the thumb locks, thumb breaks, or I'm on that cuticle real quick. Or I'm coming in, I may find, here's the fingers, and there's cuticles. It sends that shock wave into his head that slows his reaction time down. I can break his thumb here and put a guy sheet. You'll see this in our thumb locks, right? So I'm just gonna do this. So it's bent, my base is here, and I'm pushing across. Be real careful, do not do this with force. Breaking the training partner's thumbs is considered to be rude and a violation of returning your partner's body back to them in the condition to which it was lent to you. This is not reasonable wear and tear, okay? But I have this. I can even just get this and just squish it, and I'm gonna give him pain. So I want you to play with that a little bit, okay? So when I go to catch it, just see if I don't quite get, or even if I get the thumb pad, what else could I get in here? A little bit of a nuance, okay? Don't focus in real life. You got to train this so you just feel it, you see it, you go, oh, okay, great. Whoops, okay? I'm just here. All right? He's got the blade. I should be scared of it. Yeah, no. Hey, look, now he goes, no, mine. Here, hold that. All right?
Sir.
Just play with this little, okay?
What was that?
Huh? I said it for so long.
I know that.
Kind of. It would have been something similar to that. Yeah, here, hold this. Here, hold that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, thanks.
That way.
In there.
Uh-huh. Wasn't that easy? This way, come in, catch it. I said, you hold this. That's good. I catch it, and I feel that.
Oh.
All I'm doing is coming right back and doing this thing later on. Man, or if I catch it, I'm going the other way. To the back.
Cool. Sideways.
Yeah.
Yes. Good. Yes. Yeah.
Mornings I wake up.
That's, if it's, yeah. So here, yeah, it's a single side. These are,
I'll call you. Hey, I was in the hospital. You told me not to do. I didn't think because it was all black. See the shiny side on the back side of it.
Send me a picture so I can use that to sound on.
That's the picture you want, right?
I had to do that too.
Well, and it comes on anyway.
Yeah.
You see my next one? Yeah, that was smooth though.
That was.
I don't know how you got it anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, you trace.
Yeah, right, trace down. Yeah, just trace down.
I'm going to the seal. Right, I'm coming this over the thumb over the thumb.
But if I come here and I'm running down here, down easier, just lay it down. Because our forearms, anatomically, our forearms are almost always about the same. Okay, it's one of those things. Yeah, it's the, whatever this bone is to be longer. Okay. So if I hit, I'm sorry. Well, yes, that's a different thing. You know what I'm going to do. But here, actually,
So you work on the video.
I cannot do that. Your phone is not unlocked.
Let's look at one more, and then we're going to take a quick break. All right. With this was borrowing actually was something they were playing with. So if he just comes in and I go to catch, and I'm going to pick this up. Now, remember what we do? If this were a knife, I'm going to come through, maybe I'll come through. Right? He comes through. At this point, he's punching. Maybe I go ahead and just catch this. When I'm through, now I can use this, or I can use this as leverage, because this works well for leverage and coordination as well. But I'm here, and I'm in. I'm in and rolling. Mine is still up top, using this as pressure, because now I can cut them. I can cut them. If I miss it that way, I'll cut them. Now I have two blades for the price of one. So I'm coming through. I may get my other one. There's other ways we can still work, same as we did. I sealed them, I came up, now I'm going to work that. Now, in this case, the angle of it, I just punched it. Cut them in the front, cut them in the back. This is good. All right? So, with this shield, seal, pick up, drop your weight, drop your elbow, still maintain control. Remember, I don't want to go here, I get lots of room. Here, he wants to pull back and stand up. I'm going to punch this carefully, slowly with control, boom, across. Or I can go out. If he fights it, up and down. I cut. Right now, if this were two double-sided, he now has two double-sided cuts in the back of his neck. Rip. Oh. Oh. I'm gonna go home. Got all that? Yes. All right. I'm glad. The important part of that was this. Here, 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 here. The rest of what you do is up to you. If you want something defined, that's a good one.
I don't like this stuff.
Okay, so he punches in. We're gonna do it. This time we're not gonna attack. We're gonna seal. I'm gonna come up, and I'm gonna roll this up, and I'm gonna keep this coordination. Punch it to his face, or straight in, or if it gives me strength, roll it. Now, I can cut here, I can cut here, right here, this downward, cuts in, this comes across, and cuts. But I don't have to do that, I can also just punch into his throat.
Me too,
Yes. And then I did my reverse spot.
Oh, yeah.
It's really a trick.
The issue is just a lot. We're not going back to that.
No, we're not going. This is going to be a brush block with a seal. Pick it up.
We're looking at it like I said, like this.
We're going to get some more and come back and redo it.
All right, you got it?
Yes, sir.
You got that knife? Come up here. You see my knife right here? You don't have to go through these things. Here, just bring it back down.
So you're going to find that?
Cause look, my knife right here, you cut it on.
Cut there. What do you do? But whatever you're going to come through, I'm here. And either I punch it straight, or if you make your knife strong, then I can pulse it to the ground. Because you can only, is that you put it in one? Separate. Here, cut, or cut. Then if I want to, I cut, I have arm bar, punch in, or I'm gonna take a water break and just make two more rounds each, and then we're going to take a water break. Yeah, there you go.
This might be just too many things.
Charles Rude, man. Charles Rude. I remember his reaction when I first brought out a knife and started slicing dice. He went,
Yeah.
and now, look, camera, right at it too.
Sometimes you have to squeeze your nose. I like that. Well, there you go.
I'm all right. That's not so good. I need to, I'm gonna do that.
Using that.
Alright. Just take about a 5-minute water break or so. So, get centered. We'll come back and revisit this. Alright?
Yes, sir.
You set water back in the.
May not be completely cold, but it's there.
Okay. Get water back in the refrigerator. I'm convinced it is, but I still think it is. Do you think it is? What contaminated the food is 1960s.
Oh, pretty minerals and stuff?
Yeah, pretty good. Where I come from now, that's just considered, there's more magnums, actually, there's particles. I had a triple water system, filter system, plus filters built in, and there are still particles in the water.
That's the way I'm on.
Upstate used to be underwater.
You know, North Carolina is not.
I know, it always comes down.
It does.
There's some swampy parts. But they're wrong.
But we don't live there.
Between the Appalachians and the Rockies, hundreds of millions of years ago, it was all water. And when you come down to Louisiana now, because I got looked into it, because why the soil here is so sandy? You know, and I'm 50, 70 miles from the coast, but it still is all sand. It's only the same, well, the sand hills here it used to be on as well. But when it comes down, I started looking into it and saw, well, this is where all the sediment dumped for all those years. Now it's, you know, where I am, it's dry land. But literally, whereas we have clay with little bits of sand, they have all sand and little rivers of clay.
Yeah.
When they go to build a house, they will send telephone poles, equivalent, about 100 to 500 of them, depending on the house, into the ground,
Just to get us all.
just to get it solid.
Wow.
I watched them do it in multi-million-dollar homes, where they're just sinking all the ions into the ground. Because otherwise, it would just.
The bananas?
Really?
I hate them. So much. I know they're good for you, but I'm like,
I do not relate to people like me. My brother-in-law says the same thing. He goes, I hate bananas. How do you hate bananas? They're delicious.
why are there
I like the way they-
strings on them? There's so many strings.
That's fiber.
No, I don't want it.
What about tangerines? You like tangerines? There's a lot of strings on it.
Why don't make logical sense to me?
Oh.
The bananas, I don't know.
They spaghetti wants them just about nothing but
But you know, it's just weird.
What do you do?
I work in logistics, but that's not what I wanted.
Hello.
School.
How are you?
There's psychology and that's right there.
All right, very nice to meet you.
art there. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, look like you doing, man.
Oh, that's called class.
I just don't feel it.
How you feel now?
I say pray for you, man. Not better.
You draw out your feelings and you punch some stuff.
I remember one time actually, going back in the room, that little building behind. I had a rotten day, I went in there for 30 minutes, I could keep on the heavy bag. Ran through everything I needed, but just hit on the heavy bag. Got done.
Yeah.
It's one thing I can do. Don't you get beat up when you get bruised? I'm like,
Cheers. Yeah. That's not
She walking up there?
I was gonna have to.
Yeah, you're right. I know, it's sorry, it doesn't matter.
When you say diaphragm, I'm having trouble understanding, I guess, the concept. The breathing, I wanna make sure I'm doing it right, what you're saying, I know, it's on TV.
So John's hand is down here, 2 inches bigger than you. Alright, so you have sternum, heart, shoulder, okay, let's do this.
what is it? I don't know. Let's do it.
Breathe, yeah, so just breathe up, breathe out, push down to the belly. Breathe in, breathe in. You just go, that's all the time you breathe out to the age of about 5. That's chest breathing.
Yes.
They literally have a report, they actually have said that 5.5 years of age is when children go from belly breathing to chest breathing. So, but the diaphragm is the one. When you breathe in, using that, pressing your belly out. Actually, the answer is yes.
And I've been doing keep going, like practicing meditations for a while.
Yeah. But that's where, and you can lay down on the ground on your back, and then as you breathe, make sure your belly rises, and in order to do that, you have to use the diaphragm. Then do that.
Unless we do number 11.
Yes. Yeah, then, but that's your,
That's not another.
you want your belly to move in and out. If it's not, then keep doing it, and there is a diaphragm, it is a muscle, so it can be worse. What happens is that you get this static sense of diaphragm, and the muscle doesn't work as well, and our breathing changes from deep breathing, chest breathing, higher chest breathing. Now that triggers actually stress. That's what I'm just in here, because that's the fight and flight part, is that if you go to, just chest breathing, you end up starting to, you just can't get air, because all you're doing is top load. The lower parts of the lung lobes are not engaged. This deep, pulls that air in, opens, and you can actually at times, I will actually feel the air goes in.
Even the church.
Not in classes, but
Yeah, that's why I couldn't.
I'll mix it up, we can do something here.
Right.
That's what it was.
I'm gonna do a couple of
I
talks.
didn't want to ask you a question, because it seems like elementary, you have questions.
No, it's-
We've been doing Qigong, going down, so it's 2, 3 seconds. I never had a question.
It's a really, really good question, because what happens is people go to a spell, and they think they're getting a full breath, but it's all air. And then you just air. Now, when we're doing some of the weight breathing, then it's just to get you feel so you can feel it. Now, ray breathing here is just breathing. And you're gonna raise up a little bit, so you almost hop it. So you wanna get the feeling of what this ultra full breath feels like. And then you release back through the chest, belly, and then I'm gonna pull that in, and then reverse.
This.
I'm really looking forward to this class. How do you enjoy it?
So I just started a project with this on, it's life and living now. I'm doing meditation and channeling classes, so 10 o'clock here, 9 there. And I'm doing videos and talks, I'm doing things that will help you. So if it's anything you're interested in, check it out. You have classes. You just send me an email, and then I will put you on some links to. I'm going to do a talk on just using that deep breathing just as you.
Because a lot of people want to be scared to ask the question. How was you came in and just ask? That's from Sensei to be ready, you know. Because Sensei's always, you can't breathe. Now, I'm breathing better, right, Sensei?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Here's going to be short practice. I was thinking about looking with this. Remember that 6 gates meditation?
Yes.
Okay. Part of that was also just feeling where your body is, inside, outside. But you can use it as a trigger to get centered really quickly. I just where I'm now. Now, I start breathing through your nose. Deep breaths. You can exhale through your mouth or your nose. Won't matter. Depending on the physical exertion that you're doing. It's important to get started. So do that as you go through your day. You walk. I'm doing it on driving. And it really will calm you down. It works, it triggers the parasympathetic nervous system. It really will calm you down.
That's what I need. You hear these eyes, it feels some anxiousness.
Well, there is.
Yeah.
Well, we also get excited. And, you know, but there's also, okay, there's a real knowledge of the imagination, because you need to imagine this is real life. So the heart rate goes up. Well, that's why it's. And then eventually what I want you to do is even when we're in here, there's times when we use the expulsion breath to focus energy. I don't teach a lot of that because, not that it's wrong, just because I like the silence movements. But also, learn to breathe deep no matter what you're doing, whether I'm working out, and I'm no longer, when we work out, we typically go inhale, exhale, inhale, because that's what helps focus. Right. And now, if you go do the workout, shift where your power generation comes, think about breathing ability. Moving first from your dantian, and then regardless of the output, just breathe. Even if on the inhale. It will seem harder at first, but I noticed I can actually push more weight. I noticed my workouts were easier when I started moving, because this is also, it's a CFG, but also when you focus here, you build more power in your nervous system. There's science behind it, like it's nerves, and here it goes into your gut, and it's called now called your second brain.
I'm looking forward to that kind of review doing this.
Yeah, I'll do it next Saturday. Yeah. As long as I'm not traveling or teaching, like November 9th, I'm teaching in Lafayette.
Okay.
So I can't just break.
Yeah, of course.
Because I'm a participant in the first half and teaching the afternoon. So there are going to be a few times.
I got the words from Lisa, my sister's weird to see. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's kind of come back to what we were doing. Actually, let me. So where we stopped just before the break, and what we want to continue working on. So at this point, so if he comes in, I'm going to come out, I'm going to catch. Now I'm just going to, I want to go ahead and grab this. Now, are there extra little love taps we can do? Of course, we all know this, right? Then I can come down, and I'm here, and now I'm going to move this right to his head. I want to make sure I've got this bent so it breaks the strength in his arm. And then I like punching straight up. Why not? Because then I'm going to cut his throat, and this is going to cut the back of the throat. If he gives me a lot of strength and I can't, and because we're strongest here, right? Weakest here, strongest here. So he gives me, oh man, I don't want to fight. I'm going to go up and around, and I'm coming down, and I just work it in. He gave me a lot of strength in it, it was great. So I couldn't get it. Oh, I missed. Oh man, so I'm gonna go back to it again. Oh, there we go. Oh look, there we go. Oh, and don't forget our other skills. Kendra Cinco. Okay? So, when you come in, here, go ahead and get a little love tap. So it comes in. This is also a hook. Got a love tap here, arm bar. Pick this up, take your own knife away. Don't go here. If not, you deserve it. So here, come through, cut. Once I get my cut, roll this up, still hang on, come up. I like palm down in this case. You can do palm up. This is stronger for what I want. I'm going to cut down here. I can either cut, punch in, or I can cut, flip, pull it through. Okay? You don't really need an ending out of that because he should drop. If he stands up and you really want one, take him down. Okay? Last part now. You can do a leg cooter if you want. Probably not. I don't want to get too much. I don't want to get too rowdy with it. Because once I get to here, boom, boom, he's done. They all know what the leg cooter is, but you know, you're special. So, with this, I mean that in a good way. You're a guest, and you're his student. Take my post leg, come up underneath here. Make sure the head is down farther than what you can kick, otherwise you get embarrassed. And finish once more. Okay? We can actually go for another hour on techniques to do with all that, but we're not going to do that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to come through, I'm going to go ahead and forget what I was doing, and we're going to come through there, and we're going to come through there. And in this case, I already pushed him down, and I'm here. My knee goes right into his ribs, and I cut. Can do it?
Nice, thank you.
All right.
Finding you dance partner.
Yes, everybody switch. One person to the right. If you have to, turn right.
Hey, what's up, man?
All right.
Okay, appreciate it.
You want to switch or you want to take care of it? Switch.
That's fine. We'll manage. Or, we can swap.
I know, me too.
All right.
So you try to function.
So we're going to come in. Actually, for a second. Come in from the outside.
Yes.
Up there. Come down. Come across. Here. This up. Come down. Right there.
From the outside, so you don't cut yourself.
Don't cut yourself, that would be terrible here.
Feeling good?
Right.
Yeah, I missed the
There was an arm bar in there, so you come out, arm bar, right, that comes down, this comes out.
Actually, pull it out.
Yes.
So, hit, drop, here. Now what I'm doing is I'm punching this towards your face. Up here, give them distance, cut. Then I'm going to pull this. This comes to help pull you down. Pull you down. Good. Excellent. Okay, what's that?
Got that?
So, through, arm bar.
Arm bar. Grab
Comes
here,
down.
cut herself.
Yeah.
Or I cut.
Yeah, good. Once you, if you get it with a single cut, great. Roll that down, hit her on the back of the neck.
And
Yep, bring that, her hand down. You're gonna seal that, like here, push this, and down, and then punch over the side of that, or flip it, try to do the other side. There we go.
Arm bar, right? Down, you cut yourself. This comes out. Down to the layer. Punch.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Control both those feet work together. This one's here, and then that other one. Now, punching towards the throat. If you get resistance, then you just make it work in an elliptical manner. So bring this down. Your left hand now is going to travel out. Your right hand's going to go to the back of his neck. You're going to push him down to this, his back hand. Back from there, yes. And then do a flip. And there, yep. Nice enough. There we go. Straight through. A little force on the back of the neck. It's a good thing. Breathe deep, diaphragmatic breathing as you do this. Stay relaxed, stay centered.
I think that's good.
Fish? No.
Since then, I'm not scary like you, man.
I'm not scary. Why do you think I'm scary?
I'm supposed to land. Nice.
10 years worth of
International, man.
He was saying that you were resisting
I feel like Rodney Dangerfield.
There we go. Yeah, you do that too. You can add in all kinds of, now remember, these are collections of concepts and principles. We have strung them together today for the purpose of just demonstrating and showing them to you. And then if you look, they're the same things you already do empty hand. We just put a knife into them. But the idea is, whether or not this particular linear expression of what you may do, will it work? Yes. But you take each of those pieces, each of those concepts and principles, and you find how many other different ways you can use them. Right? Let's look at one more or another idea. So, I pass. Pass, I'm on the outside. Okay? So what I'm doing, most of the time I tell y'all don't grab. You can try and use hooks. Well, certain styles they'll grab. This is one where I may because it's also a knife in hand. When he comes up, grab, grab. So I'm passing. Okay? So all I'm doing is coming up, pass. He wants to block it, so I can go over, pass it. Can I go? We already did this, right? He just went under. So now, we're going over with the pass. Yes, sir.
In the event he doesn't think to block the second time, you just gotta.
Yeah. What this really is, this is the drill part. What this really is that. That's what this is. This is that. Is that. Okay? Yes.
Rich, are you using more of that twist as a pass part or more pass attempt? and then it's passed.
It is more of a pass and catch. Now, doesn't mean I can't go,
Okay.
okay? But for a drill, I'm passing, catching, passing. So right now, just do that. Same thing as we did, marker, 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 marker. I'm going marker, 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 marker. Okay? So that you kind of build this in, what does this feel like? Okay?
Okay.
All right. A few times.
Good.
Okay. Nice, easy, easy.
Ah.
There you go. All right. Feel comfortable with this? All right, now, I grab, but we also know I can do blade tapping. Boom, boom, right? Now I'm just clearing. Right? So instead of grabbing, I'm coming over the top. Blade tapping, used to do, okay? Clearing. Now I can go underneath, depending upon how much clearance I have. But all you're really doing is just passing. So try both ways and see, this is the easiest way to do this, okay? I think generally the most advantageous rather than coming across here. But, when we did our blade tapping, number 4 was I would clear this out. So it come through, I would clear this out and come down. Remember that? Okay? So that was a close by the wrist clear to come up. So there's times I may want to come and I need to develop the dexterity to come below my side in this. But typically we're going to be more, we're going here, this is also here. Yeah. Boom. Okay? So now we're just going to go clear, clear. Clear close to you, clear close to you. Clearing close to you is going to feel awkward and it's going to feel like you're compressed. Why? Because you are. But you still need to get accustomed to those nuances and feeling it. You may not always use it, but when it pops up, it's already muscle memory. Okay? Like that.
Oh.
This is inside. So, blade is on the outside. And then here. Yes. Comes that way. This one.
Do that one more time.
Oh, we can just face it inside.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So as you
The long back is a screw.
just making space. So you're kind of working here, I think.
Structurally, it's a little bit stronger. And it keeps you in line with the other movements we already do. So, you want to cut. How you doing there?
Feels awkward. Let's find out why.
Yeah.
So that hand moves inside the 20.
Yeah.
So what about this one?
Now, so as you come through, same thing, but since when you caught it up here, it makes it difficult to go anywhere else. So if you were to catch it, even if he catches it, usually he's just gonna hit it As you come through, go deeper into the forearm, and that gives you it doesn't always, say, this inside, I may not always use. So there are applications. But, you know, so he comes in, and I'm coming from the inside, and I go right here, I don't have any ground. But he catches that here, and I go more to the outside. Realistically, 80% of the time, and then as I'm moving, it gives me more space. Lots of stuff. All right, we're getting a little more fluid with this? Okay. So let's kind of take a look at something. Remember, we're always out for the direct. So even though you're doing drills, and that's good, we need to have drills or attribute building, also remember, this is a very direct tool. So, he comes in. That's what I want. Once again, that's what I want. If I come out here and I go, what am I asking for? To get punched, actually. Yeah, put the block in. You're asking for hands, right. Well, I don't want to ask for hands. I want to ask for a cessation of activity. The animation of life. There. So I want you to do that a few times each side, each person, just so you can kind of get. Now, this is very static, it's very dry. A little more nuance. The hips. Sink the weight. Use your body. Okay? Everything. Remember the 6 harmony. Shoulders, hips, elbows, knees, hands, feet, shoulders and hips. When I come in, it's here. That'll give me more speed and more power than if I just use my arms and that's it. But I'll use this here. Okay? Yes, sir?
Look at my body when he does this. Because he is stepping in and pushing forward, he's knocking me off balance, and he's got me turned.
Right. Structure's all broken. I still have the weapon, have not disarmed. One disarm. Ow. One disarm. If it were larger, y'all know. One disarm. Alright? But, so, come through. Don't overextend. So I don't, when you see me do this, notice that I'm moving in, stepping, it fires with this back foot. And I then shift my weight to the front. What I'm not doing is going dancing here. My weight's always settled. My energy's settled, I just move in. Okay? All right. Play.
Oh, you're probably right.
You can get letters with that.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not your puppy.
Nice.
No, okay.
Bet you wish I cut me that way.
Oh,
This thing is
oh,
unbelievable.
effective? I don't wanna catch it.
So my height. I gotta give it somebody like 6'8". With your actual.
Well, then you're gonna go somewhere else. We'll talk. Actually,
Probably
it's not
something
so close. Yeah, so it wasn't any problem.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
rubber.
really good character.
You know, this weekend, they brought in like three, one of the ladies, they brought in 2 kids in my family.
Oh, very good.
So that's what we do. So we had a problem because we go to the road and walk
Will
up
you
the
coach
street.
me?
And so I've got these kids. And they're going, well, what do I do? Exactly. Well, then I went, okay, what are we trying to get rid of? I'm already down here, swing at me. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. So I go, I need to advantage. Thank you. Little 5-foot girl said, no, I wasn't, I need advantage.
Yes. Thank you.
So generous. Oh no, teacher.
All right. So now let's look at, look at. All right. Now we're going to come in. We're going to catch. He's going to catch it. Now, oh no, what do I do? Do I have choices? Which one do we want first? Let's do this one. So from our number 6 elbow, now he's pushing this into me, right? So I go, oh, I raise up, elbow comes down. There's my slice. He's leaning into me, so actually he's getting a knuckle duster. It's fine. Once I hit him in the side throat, I'm going to turn my blade around and I'm going to cut him through. If I'm catching this, here's my cut. Okay? Once again, come in, he catches, roll, get my cut. Control this hand. There's my cut. What if I miss? And I miss all of this, and I just can't. I can pull in the back of the rifle. I still have the knife, so I'm not going to just let this hand go, because you kind of want to let the hand go and go this, that's great. Empty hand, that's perfect. With a blade, I may not. But when I get that, I can cut the bicep here, cut it up, cut it down. I don't care if he's going to hang on to that blade. I'm going to cut in the more places that you can think about as we go through. And then the kidneys. Follow. Okay? So, roll, catch, roll, cut. All right?
Sir.
Okay. Have some fun. Just enough tension to not have to work so hard, but it was
I remember feeling everything. I'm like, if I was the second step, I was like, oh no.
How many laps we got here? It's gotta be more than that.
Oh,
God, hundreds of them.
It's just getting started.
I like that.
You like that?
arm here, right?
Yeah.
There's sometimes when
Okay.
I've noticed with either bigger or smaller people, it's been kind of an issue. We come in and not gonna raise up, and right now, I'm still working on it. So this is my county, I don't go to this part yet, but then I can still drop it.
So I feel like my
So I
arm
didn't
right.
get that, now I drop it. So this is trying to go down here, but this is mine, it's not getting stuck. It reaches sharp, and yes, to drop my elbow, yeah, I'm on the side. Something going like that. I can't move. So now, you got balance. It's good stuff. If they still hang on to it.
That's what I mean.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
That's not helpful.
Very
I'm not going for it. So it was they got you in the wrong place. This is just.
Yeah.
I left you open the country. I'll do it.
Oh, because you.
He catches that, he's pushing, maybe I can't even get this now. So we're
You get such a much
Like you should
okay, and once I start moving this and working, I'm trying to type very young people that are in a position to work against that thumb and that wrist. So once I come in, I go, oh, I can't do it, I can pull, I get my cut there, he still has it. So as I'm pulling in, he's getting the strength here, I can't go any farther, just keep turning it. I get my right now. There it is.
Okay.
Oh, this here. Yeah.
Alright, thank you. So, let's look at the what ifs. Alright? So, the what ifs, come in. Where were we? We were here, we thought, we went through. I wanted to go here, maybe he was too tall, maybe my shoulder didn't work. Maybe I couldn't quite get what I wanted. What can I do? Am I dead? No, what do? I can, one answer is 3 or 4. One answer is I simply drop my elbow. Oh, remember when we do this? You grab my wrist? Remember we do this? Same thing. Bump, 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 you know, grab that. And I'm just gonna go. Yeah. For Xingyi, this is horse. But it's just, we use this in our hip issues. Technically, it's part of our block series number 2. Okay, with a little whipping action. So, I come in, he catches. I can't get it. Ooh, sorry about that. It's a good punch to knock him out before the blade ever gets there. Or he doesn't feel the blade because I've already knocked him out. Don't do it, that's it. I'm a merciful guy. Boom, that's it. Okay? Now, so just practice that. I'm just going to drop. Now, when I drop my elbow, I keep it to my side, this flicks. So with that rebound action. Okay? A few times, back and forth.
Yeah, that's not gonna be easy. Crossbow, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we will, you know, so, thank you for visiting. Okay. All right, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yes.
I was just wondering, if something was really tall. So,
You gotta test these things out.
yeah.
Never take on face value that what I or any instructor says is true. Firm believer in that. We're up here because we should lend some credence to the idea, but test it. Because some things also work really well for your build or psychology, and whatever's behind it, you know, and sometimes they don't. There's some things you look at and go, no, that's good, it's awful. Now, I put it on the shelf, I'm supposed to. Sometimes I've grown more and I figure out how to use it. Other times I just go, that's great, it's better for somebody who's supposed to have something wrong, but it's still there. And then I know how to defend against it.
Oh, no. Good, right?
What happens when that happens, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna put her together.
Finding solutions. Have you worked for these?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's what you're talking about. That's fine for when I got you at that point too.
That might be the secondary move.
Which one?
Oh, coming back, if you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
bring me there.
Yeah. Eventually you're gonna get some guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that takes a little bit of work to get done to get that bounce back into it. I literally will go to the gym.
Keep that steady. You know, Rick, I feel like I need to get some.
I sometimes have to do this, where I'm like making a fist and I have someone.
You know it. Stop passing
Man,
it.
show me.
Oh, no.
Ah.
He's using the small, he's using the brain today.
Yeah. I still do have a knife.
Yes.
Okay.
One of the things to look at. All right, one of the things to look at with this is, if you're gonna do this, there's a flip. Because if I just come down and catch, and I just try and move this down, I may make it work, but I haven't really broken this. Remember, I have to have some kind of turn or something that comes in. So when it comes through, I have this bounce. It's also not all in your hands. It's sinking your weight a little bit, bouncing in, so you get this ricochet action. But that's using gross movement with some nuance in there. Let's use our tool. He catches. I go over or under, catch, push, cut. I get fancier,
Yes.
okay? But before we get fancy, we do real. All right, so now I'm gonna come in. Now he's got a good hold on that, so I just bend my wrist, catch that. You know, remember, I'm spillaying a little bit right here too. This cuts in. So now I can cut in. I can still hold this. I can push it down and seal it. But this happens quickly. And I'm in. Now I can come here. Now I can come here. Now I can come here. I come here. Okay? So the focus is here, 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 here. Cut down. Come up. Pull up. If you're your opponent is higher or taller, and that doesn't work, come underneath. Okay. That's a lot. But y'all know I like flows. So, here, 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 here. That's the main part. Now, depending upon where they are, I can cut the bicep, I can come into the bicep, cut. Actually, for this one, we're going to come down, after we cut his throat, we're going to come down, cut through the bicep here. Sorry. Cut through the bicep, come underneath, hit the shoulder. I don't necessarily need that unless I want to go straight for the throat, because I can also come and that's really all I need. I'm cutting his liver out. If you're a meat eater, have fun. Take no problem.
Well, yeah.
All right. Questions? Too much? Too little? I know it's not too little. Remember, here, here, this is the main part. The rest of this is coming, slicing up, going down, coming back up. Okay? Just so you can build in some flow and other concepts in there. I don't know what's in there. That's a mover. How's that?
Yeah. I'm letting them know what you
So hang on. Right now, hang on to that.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
If I come through, he catches it, just comes straight in. As I have this now, I'm cutting the lane. That's the main part. The rest of this, I still have this. Cut the bicep, come around to the tricep, which is actually a cut. So I'm going this way, flap the shoulder, which also helps guard against this. So I'm going to come in deep. Because if he comes around, I don't want to be in that elbow, I don't want to be there. So I'm still going to come in deep around here. Pull, just so you can really see how much you have. I'm consistent, I don't let this go, and I'm ripping all this.
Wow, that's tough.
Now, I can come over here, instead of coming up, I can do this, come back around. Okay? So I remember the main part.
I think that's a variation we all do at some point. Oh no. Oh no.
That's all you need. So I'm just going to roll it down. I don't need to go this way, I'm just going to roll it down. Come up, and then
Yeah. Yeah. Put this in. I feel like I do this and then wrapping. I was like, oh, that's not what I meant before.
So, the last part is purely just now, that, I'm just going to go down, bring it down, I'm just going to cut the bicep, come around, put it in tricep here. I want to come in close, seal the shoulders so that you can come back up here. And then, yes.
Think I really like that.
I don't know this time.
That works. Try going under. Have you tried going under? See how that
I was
works?
wondering why I wasn't getting it right. Okay.
Under?
Under.
Okay.
You can go either way.
Is that the way we were showing?
I honestly can't remember.
We have all been there. I've gone through and I've watched, I saw a grandmaster teach in a black belt class, 15 grades of black belts, all doing something different than what he just showed them. And I looked over at all the other 7 grandmasters, they were all doing something different than what he just showed them. We're trying to do it. Because you can come all this stuff. But when I'm through here, I'm going to use my head to come in when I catch that.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Now, it doesn't mean I can't go over, but I'm gonna round. I'm probably gonna come around.
Yeah,
Because that's the end.
wondering if
Ah.
Okay.
And here, I just come up. I just have to be, now sometimes I've got to move my body and be able to catch that. Because a lot of this isn't just in the, it's in the hips.
You gotta be quick. Yeah.
The other way. That was gonna help. Yeah.
I feel like a bottom guy stepping in because I'm falling off now.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
She told me to give me some pressure. Nice.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I think it's a
Oh, okay.
too, right?
No, there's always a whole blade.
Right answer. That don't matter.
Yeah. And using your.
Because if I didn't, I was strapping, right? At
Yeah.
this time, I was like, push it out of the way. Get that degree. Yeah.
There's 3 chokes. And 1.
Yes.
Thanks for that. Thanks.
That's how I feel every time I'm like, it's a real effort.
A lot of,
He's like,
it makes me so more comfortable with them.
that's true. That's a good point. And then you're more mindful. Non-trip, yeah. I think we do. Yeah, it's non-trip. I can get a bit
When you come into this, some of y'all may recognize this last move. So as I come in here, and I come in here, and that didn't work real well, and so I said, okay, we're gonna come here, we're gonna come here, and now I'm going to slice, and now I said, I'm gonna come around this way. You know what, and this is sneaking in here, you know what also this is from our series? In case diagonal choke ever comes up in a conversation. number 8. So this is with the blade. Okay? All right? Just so you know, in case you're ever asked to show a diagonal choke, which may or may not be number 8 in our system, you know what it is. All right. He's like you knew anything.
So what happened?
That's what we won't say no more. He's done. In case it ever comes up in conversation. All right, so we've been working hard on it. What else do we have when this comes in? Here, and he blocks that. We have dropped down and come up. We've gone over and come up. I can catch this, we went down. I can also come over this way, but it does tend to tie the hands up in the direction. Now, I can come down, I can catch, I can come up, pin it to them, run it, okay? Or I can use it to work my way around. But we're going to change that because we just did some of this that takes us back. But just in case you happen to be a flip, you might flip somebody off. Yeah, exactly. Flip you for real. So when I come down here, first practice this, okay? Then as we come down, I don't remember what I was going to do, but we'll come down. Now once I get hit, then I still have a hold of this. This is still live. I flip, and I'm going to come through. When I come through here, I'm going to, you notice if I extend my middle finger, and I anchor it with the thumb, I have a little bit more backstop. I'm pushing and slicing as I come through. Now I can still come up. I just want to do damage. That's all. How you want to end it is up to you. But for right now, first one, go over, press it into him, cut it. What do we say about the blade, the depth when we hit bone? It'll catch. So when I come here and I'm going to run this up, I have a choice. If I just want to open him up, I have to shorten, make my blade shallow to run up. Otherwise, when I catch on the sternum or I'm going to catch on the ribs. That is not a bad thing for our purposes. Because if I come in and I'm here, once I meet an impediment, I can lift them. Now I'm going towards lungs and heart. Okay? Technically heart's a little bit over here, but I'm going to cut some major arteries. So I don't have to unzip them. I can hit, go to our stop, in, then come out. I shouldn't just have to disarm. I could let him walk away, but I can go ahead and finish whatever we want to do. Okay? If you're short and you don't want to go, well, I can go down and come through. I can lift them up and come through. Size and the person's strength will have an impact on that. Had a guy the other night, and he was, it was the guy who was absolutely going beyond every single move at every time. And I found that as I started to lift him from here, he would just, and it was hard. So I just finally went, okay, fine. I moved to the wrist because here, he still has his mass, his elbow, this joint, to be able to sink, which makes it harder for me to lift. So I just said, fine. I moved to the next joint down, where he doesn't have the same leverage. Now, push down, I can still raise him. Push down, it's hard. Here, I can still raise him. And he didn't quite catch on to that, but I was ready that if he did press down, I couldn't raise that, I just take it out of the way. I'm not going to argue with him. I'm going to find a way around it. All right? I'm going to be fluid. If I run into an impasse, part of me, because most of us, more guys are built this way. If we find an impasse, I'm going to bust right on through that. It's very young, very, and I like that. But there's times it works against you. So we learn balance, and we learn more of the yin. And we kind of go, impediment, fine, I'm just gonna move it out. I'm gonna move a different way, okay? I'm not here to try and overpower somebody. I'm here to use my structure against their power, preferably to either blend, redirect, and then end things, all right? So when it comes in, if I find I'm trying to raise him up and I can't, try shifting down, okay? And if that doesn't work, let him have it. He wants to go down, let him go down. I'm not gonna, he's not committed to it. I'm not gonna fight him. Fine, I'll help him. Okay? Have fun. Remember what we're doing?
Some of it.
Okay.
He wants to go down, let him go down.
Go down.
Yeah.
That's when he's down.
Okay, fine.
That's what you want.
Yeah. Oh, Stephanie already told us that. Yeah. Stephanie taught us, because I mean, like, realistically, I'm not going to empower anyone in this room, so he's been showing me like little tricks. Yeah. Against this, I would.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, I learned this new thing. He's like, what? You pinch me. I know.
Yeah. Then, so, when
It does, but he was like, because there's not even processes.
oh, okay, all right.
They were.
Or that leads to you. So I'll make the bottom
Yeah.
crosses. You want to
Like, I don't have that.
and you see the blade. And then I'm gonna
Who's the better?
so if I try to get blade.
Oh, yeah.
It's because you step.
I don't think he does. Oh, yeah. I don't think they're great. But like, I'm not going to be able to overpower you, but I can do
Press it in. Okay. Straight up. Ooh. Wow, that was just.
You just cut the throat. Or,
Wow, I like it. Now they see you. Yeah. I have all arms.
I definitely can't.
behind you. It's all your.
You should have this hand. So even though we went
The
from
tall.
here,
Yeah.
this up here,
But
so I go through my down.
I'm pretty safe.
Punch through. I can also, remember, he's distracted with this, so I can switch. I have to be quick with that because I have to let go. So
Yeah.
But I can still let go and I get now, he's got something else to think about and take care of. I can't do it quick this one.
No, my brain's critical at this point.
There's something here. Pushing that out.
Yes.
Up to you. Up to you. So you can go, you can pass it on over and get behind that. They're facing this way. Or you can move that whole pool. Yeah, so this other one, just to,
Yeah, you would
yeah, that was straight. You're showing up, so you can have it. Yeah, the more force you use that to make that elbow bend easier. Yeah,
Now, I can also come out, what he's doing is fine. I can also whip him out, and I'm just gonna break it out with my hand. Or I can bump it. But, can I just come through, bend it like that?
my thoughts were hard. You
Yeah.
start there, you hold it, come across the front.
It's similar to
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
I really want to drop my leg.
Alright. And then start to stretch out a little bit. You got what I'm saying? So, learning from Evan's work over here is another idea that we're going to work with, we're going to come through. Now I can get this. Now, what if I just want to punch this arm? I can. Remember, I also have my little knuckle dust in my ring, so I may just pop them up in here as well. But remember the hook. We talked about a hook. Okay? So when I have this, I still have this tiger by the tail over here. When I come up, I'm going to use this, and I'm going to step to the outside. And as I swing this around, I like bringing it down behind him. That's what he did. We have another option. And it just comes up here. Okay? Now, I can come. Which way am I going? Wow. I'm just going to hit you there because that's the bam. Now I'm going to come up here. Now, as I come through, I can also step out, run this around. This is a little bit different because I've whipped him down. I've got here as well that I can get to. I'm here. Okay. So. I'm here. I can still come down this way. Now he's in here. I still have the knife, but it's protected. And I'm empty hand. If I had my knife, I think we need some ribs. Backstrap,
barbecue,
tenderloin,
pulled pork, flight.
pulled pork.
You got my arm really secure too. I can't move.
I know.
No one's hungry for ham.
And I'm going to say, and I got both knives. Alright? Remember, there's always options. So let's look at this one. 1, 2. So I'm going to go over the top. I'm going to press in. I'm going to use this as a hook. I'm now going to step through. Option A, come out behind, catch him by the neck, or catch him by the collar. Boom. Right again. Hook, bring him back. Option B is when I stand out, and I bring, this has got a torque to it, so this stays as an arm bar. I can punch it, I can hit it, I can use my knee to bring him down without trapping it, and I'm still on it. He can't use it, and I'm still going strong. Okay? So, we have 3 versions. At least. So, practice number 1 first, which is the hook. Remember, you right foot steps out, you pivot, back shoulder, point shoulder from your right, come to the inside, come right. All right? That one first.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to figure it out. So then,
This is like
thing with pinching, you could hit the pretty hard.
Took over the scene. That's good.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I was gonna try this.
Oh, yeah. I didn't want to go down here.
That was effective though.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's hard to tell if you're still under.
I am moving some paper this. And then I don't know how. You still have to come in there, like this, and then
You pull towards the ground.
Get that torque.
Yeah.
But you gotta get it come around. So that, because otherwise, of course, my line is on. No.
You can just use the flat of your arm and press that down to the ground. You can walk down forward.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Everybody's on the floor. Sweet.
I might not have felt the way you wanted me to, but I was not fighting back. So that's the first one. Try me.
okay. At least my funeral home.
Women tend to be more flexible in the shoulders. If that isn't working, take your foot, step it up on her head. It'll take that shoulder and rotate it back.
Front of her head.
On the other side of it, so right now it's here, it's right here.
Over the head.
Change the direction for us guys, and for our shoulders.
I was gonna say,
Like a couple of days ago, I brought this one around. Yes.
Wait, I'll let you know.
Yeah. You can just tell me how to do it.
Yeah, and that's where and women tend to be more flexible. But still, it's structural,
You have to let go of the knife.
but in terms of actual pain, it may or may not happen with this one. Yeah,
But moving that.
95% of guys that will, unless they're happy with their flexible on their shoulders. But then if I change that and move it over the side, then it puts more pressure into the hair. It'll open this up. See, right now you move here, and I'm gonna move it back up this way more. So it becomes more come on. Plus it puts in this and all, really you do, then pop it and break it up. Because if I can't get you to get paid that way,
I see a couple of wins there. Like you're on the ground, you're not fighting me. Whether you're in pain or not,
Right,
I still have control.
right.
that's what I was
But if
thinking.
I want pain, I'm flat.
Yeah.
He got me good. Yeah, he got me good.
Like,
You thought it was a sneeze stuff.
force, but if I were to fight you, then force me back.
That, this with the arm up and the shoulder down, it pins the shoulder to the floor, so it makes it really hard for them to actually move. It's a great, they can try and find out that the more that you center in here, the more that it is. So you can actually maintain a good amount of control without doing a lot of damage to somebody. If you're in here, if they're too wiggly, I'll still put my arm over here. Now it changes my balance a little bit, so I have to change where I am if they're being a little wiggly. So since they seal it. So the one that you just showed me.
Oh.
So. Another version, remember, you always pull from your arc, okay, to see how the DS works. Y'all recognize this out of our system?
Oh, yes.
Continue.
Thank you.
Cut. That's all I need.
Oh, yeah, number 14.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Okay. All right. We're working a lot of outside stuff. Kind of works our way into the middle. So now he's going to come in. Now I'm going to come up underneath. Come to the outside. Cut. Cut. All right. So he's coming this way. So he's coming in on his. I kick that. Now in here he's pushing. So I'm going to slide underneath, and I'm going to move my body because, remember, I'll let go of that. So this happens very quickly. And I'm going to cut. Okay? I can cut a bicep if I want, but all of this is right here. Get a good deep cut. Bring him up, insert. This is our number 3 arm bar. Okay? On the other side, I could come, if he punches me, I could come down, hit him here, hit him here, hit him here, roll this around, and as he gets right here, come up. I haven't used my Kerambit yet, right? I can send him to the ground, but I want to use it. So all I need to do is just simply, I'm going to hang on to this hand just for fun. I'm going to turn and just drive him all the way down. We're not going to do that one, that was just for fun. But, so, I want you to come in. We're going to cut. I'm going to cut here. I do want you, once I get this cut, I do want you to pull up and just cut in here. Okay? Remember, if there's an empty hand, I do this with the palm. Bam! To the ear. With the blade, but I'm going to come in to the throat. Now, if I want to take him down, what can I do? I'm on this side. Here's here, there's there, there's his leg. Can I just snap my laundry? I would say yes.
And you can't get up for a good 30 seconds. Not a good one. You know what I'm saying, right? You fell asleep.
You run your structure, longer.
You gotta teach me that one.
I
got another leg.
All right. So, we're coming in, we're hitting, we're coming, we're cutting here, we're coming, we're pushing. Now, I do want to, your knee gently, with intent, with slow and control, is hamstring, move it down. Now. He's down on the ground, he's actually been cut. I don't need to do anything more. Now I'm just going to walk away. There's other stuff we could do, but it's sadistic at that point. And contrary to some popular opinion, I'm not sadistic. So, all right?
Yes, sir.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Can you show me the area later on what that you did? I need to learn that for the real street fight.
All right. Come in. They block it. Come around. Cut. Come through. Pull back. Insert. Knee to the back of the hamstring. Pull in. So, y'all see this in different stuff? Oh, I'm just. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Give it a try. Take care of your partners. Okay.
But I'm not gonna do it.
You can take mine off. Yeah, we know you. It's good enough.
First body hits the floor. That'll work too. Alright, look at the angles. Okay, everybody watch the angles. This is what we've done before. Once I come in here, I've got to move quick. I just let this go. If I don't get out of the way, if I just go here, what's going to happen? Boom, that's his next strike. And it makes sense for him to do that. So I've got to come out here, and I've got to get quickly over this other side. As soon as I do, I'm going to slice right through, okay? So I'm looking for here. Now, I can also come down into the kidneys. And the kidneys associated right here, you have two large but very short arteries, the renal artery on either side that connect in towards the spinal column. And if you cut, they actually will bleed out in less than 30 seconds when you cut here. So I can come in here if I want to catch that. But I'm going to rip through, I'm going to pull him back. Notice my angle, I am perpendicular. I am not to the front of him. I can be to the back, but right now I'm going to be perpendicular. I'm going to run this in. My back foot is here, so now in this case, I'm going to turn this heel. So when I come through, my force is now straight on, rather than here, I'm in my own way. So I'm going to turn this foot, hit, and bring him down. I can, in this case, I can drop right on his ribs, that last little floating rib, as I go away. Little parting shot to say, don't mess with me this time. I love it. All right? Hey, this when I tell the voices in my head, sit down. So. All right? Got that? So watch your angles. They play an important part in what happens. Now, what I saw BJ do over here is perfectly fine. If my angle really isn't right and I'm here and I can't get where I am, I can come here. And it will change. I can take them all the way down. I can follow through with the coom down, just stomp that knee, patella right into the ground, or I can just hit it, and now I may come back, scoop the head, get another strike. That's up to me. But there's options. But if you can here, you just take bomb, go down. Okay? Bye. Follow through, so you have to just now, if somebody, like I said, sometimes the shoulders are always. I'll pull this back up to make sure I get it. If I don't get it hot, then I still straight. So just find a home. Because no matter where it comes down, I'm going to push it in. On my heart side, I'm going to cut the lungs, I'm going through the ribs and here. But I'm in and it's out. Now, I still may not have the same that I can do other stuff. Right now? That is here. And then I already should be behind it a little bit. And then, you can.
It's stuff in the side of the head, so you can use it to pull them down.
Yeah, that's kind of what I usually pull down. Or even if on this play, when it's here, I'm going to drop and I'm kind of pushing board for my board. When it's lodged in his neck, it's going to be more fun. When it's here, that's right. That's right. Yeah, for some reason, yeah, good ones you get. Yeah, once you get past all this. This? And this one, right here, yeah, I heard before, I got it, this is structural. Yeah. He's all in dog.
Here. So, I'm behind you.
Now, you have to be careful of her ankles, but if she had legs back and you hit it and she didn't go down, then you need to push it with her other foot. And then break it.
That's some fun thoughts.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah, exactly.
Making our face play.
Yeah, push her here.
Well, scary, yes, that's the point.
I'm feeding off of you. Whoa, it's not
Explain the sadisticness on me, you know?
Well, you can me going down, it's like plastic.
Yeah, it's worse for
I'm
us.
like, no!
The worst thing you can do for us is just stay there and stay there.
There you go. You know, germaphobes and downsizing.
I'd be so annoyed. Then I go harder and be like, oh no, my glasses not today.
You got it. Nice, good, good. There we go. Yes.
And then,
Got it in time.
Does that make you fall down? Put the salt man in.
like someone you're supposed to.
Yeah. I got your time.
That's okay.
There we go.
You're welcome.
You gave that one to me, thank you.
Sometimes it's a gift, sometimes it's just saving myself.
Oh. You're like, oh, it's just an uncomfortable rehearsal.
So when you pull that angle out, and PJ's exactly right, so you come through the head. Now, but just go out here within the straight line.
Learning to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only-
Trying,
No,
that's what I'm trying to do. And now I'm going to pull to the side of you. Now, I'm
I mean, that would work.
you have to fight so much harder to affect your arm.
Okay.
You can still get me, you can still kick me, but I gotta work hard to get.
Pull.
Now,
So now I'm behind.
it's different story. Then I'm,
That was a good thought.
You can't play early on, but since it's in the normal position, then because this pull back, it blades in, you go right.
Yeah, that comes here.
Just so pulls that shoulder, just enough to change the structure, and then I got that.
Long term.
I know.
Yeah, right, good, yeah. Back, come down and do more. But I like
Where the hell did it go?
There we go.
And then you over and then bring you back. One more dramatic. I wasn't either, actually.
They try to simulate. Same bag, you never provided me at all.
That was good, though. I like that. But you whipped it behind my back? Do it double double.
Alright,
Good.
you having fun with this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Very fun, though.
Alright. So, y'all remember the cassette?
Yes.
Right? Can you do a cassette here? He already knows the answer. So I'm coming through, I hit here, I'm coming up here. Now, in this case, he's already has his leg backwards, but it doesn't really matter if that's really what it was in my head to do, because if I come through, I change, so out, come in, so bring him down. If he doesn't go down all the way, I'm perfectly fine with that, because sometimes they don't. But you remember your knee that we did earlier? I'm going to come right in here. If I don't want to do that, come back up a little bit. I go here. I can still break it on this side, okay? Or I can still come through and just catch it. And now I continue to work. I happen to like the knee on there for a couple of reasons. When I come down here, we already do this. Okay, we already do this. This is okay. So you're going to use this to set. I'm going to cross. I'm going to get out of the way. I'm going to slice through. Pick this up. Now at this point, I could just come with an arm bar, do the set. He's going to slide down. I got to be careful with that. So I'm going to drop right here, and then I'm just going to end him. All right. When he comes in, so I can come here, here, here. I can just do the arm bar, right? I've got my cassette. I'm going to keep him down this way. And now I'm just going to drop right on down. All right? You choose what you want to do. Because we're keeping in, it's a little more complicated. If I come in and hit, and then come down, or go to the arm bar. I'm going to say, unless you have some serious problems with this number 3, and then getting to that, don't do the arm bar, you already know the arm bar. You can practice the arm bar later, okay? Or introduce some other concepts, or rethink some other concepts. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, questions with that?
So you know you can take it easy on me, but said I lost a shoe in the process.
Yeah, there was a shoe on there.
You got mat shoes. Yes. All right. Play, take care of each other. On this cassette, do make sure you're being a little bit careful. Ukes, let them feel it. But if they're really putting more juice on than they should, protect yourselves and go ahead and move that back. Okay? This will hyperextend the knee quickly before you ever come. Okay? All right? Look at that.
So you call whatever you're this here. But what it is I put my foot, I didn't do a very good thing. I'm lifting a foot and putting it inside your leg.
You can take it easy.
Okay.
And so this was in the one, if we like it. Yeah. Because then you're gonna put your heel down.
Pop his hamstring. Pop. May I? Just come right here, I just want to do that one piece to you. Alright, so if you're here, and if I just come through, and we're taking, usually I'll teach this slow, heel up, popping that back. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's a little extra, just wearing out. That's what you need. Okay?
Rocketing towards it, right?
Right. So, it goes back, but that was also just going,
Yeah, it was like, no, everything.
right. So, it doesn't take much, that's why you have to be careful, because while we're in training, if somebody locks the knees up, I usually check to make sure the knees are bent somewhat, because if somebody locks the knees up, it's gonna hurt. So, but ideally, if you can pop along the hamstring, then use that. Okay? That's a little more, it's also powerful, but it actually protects the knees a little better. If I could drop my weight down so this snap is right on the knee, then that's where I can look at my snap. Snap.
Whenever I'm stuck like that, it's usually a shuffle stick.
Now, think, like the tendency is coming down.
When you do that, you move the outside first. That'll get set up better. Use that one first. Here.
Parlor tricks.
Here. Throw it down. Step out here. Then take it. That's what they get. So this kind of. Okay. So again, right, you leave it on here.
I put my thing up.
I have, I still, yeah, I still come in. Move. I'm Have a good one.
Good, yeah. Running a lot.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. Trying to make it easier.
It's our habits of the sense.
Yeah, sometimes, especially when you get going a while. Depending on how it works, sometimes I forget that you're working with human beings.
Shoes on. Wow.
Oh, guys.
I don't know. I really hate you, sorry.
Is that really a breaking sound like we're using?
We're in for a little light snapping or cracking, but.
I know, I talk a lot, and so sometimes people are like, oh my god, I'm going to interview. No, I'm fine.
See your brain thing. Come on. Go on, show us something. No, that's like that. Oh, yeah. That was nice. It was like, where you rolled out.
Go. That solution is get further behind.
Yeah.
My shoes. TJ's going too rough on me.
Now,
Scan your shoes.
if he, when he does that spin, if he doesn't come up with another kick, then your answer is just what you said.
Kick him in the face.
Kick him in the face.
Oh, man.
Yep.
You guys are sneaky. My shoe again. Shoes, man.
There you go. Alright. Let's look at another angle. Come in. No matter if I have leg or not, but he's gonna come in, he's gonna hit, kind of do the same thing. This is kind of what I did before, but I'm gonna go here to the wrist, because that's part of the torque. I'm gonna come way out, and I'm gonna move this down. We already know I can break this, I can break this, I can bring him down where I can move across, but then, you know, and if he still please bring him down and come through. Now, I'm gonna step across here, and I'm just gonna catch it. I'm being nice because if it were up here, I would get a little bit more. Okay? So here I'm protecting. I want to turn it, so I wanted that turn. Because if when I bring him down, I make sure that elbow's up. Now I can cock, I can do what we just did. When I come through, I'm sitting right in here. This is nice. That takes the pressure off. I just want to pin this. If I get a good arm bar, fantastic. But once it's here, I can cut. I can cut into the eyes. He wants to cut me, he can't get me. If he wants to get, if this doesn't seem tight, I can always do my arm bar this way, and now he's in pain. And I'm going to stick it straight into his shoulder, or I'm going to open him up right across the back. Okay? So, this comes in. 1, 2, 3, whip! Whip it good. Drive him down. Come across. I'm in. Right now I'm on top of him. I can lift this up, and I'm in here, and I'm sliding up. I can hit wherever I want to cut. It's fine. Okay? I'm on his shoulder. This will break it. Arm. I'm here, but I'm cutting. Okay?
Yes, sir.
You good?
Yes, sir.
All right. Questions with that? Same movement. If we get right here, this foot's going to come around, this hand's going to whip this around. So be careful with shoulders if you have injuries, but whip it around. It typically is not going to be high enough for at least me to try and get that. So I'm able to drive him down, and then step over, and just sink. It's more effective. It doesn't feel, for me, it doesn't feel like I actually have him very much in a lock. But depending upon where I hit him, yes, but I'm also just pinning the arm. He can't use it, his blade's on the other side. Now, I can also sit more onto his shoulder, creasing the pressure up this way, and I'm still cutting up the spine, back.
Yeah, we're still bringing that arm when you lift it. Hip about hip level below.
Hip or glove. Because ideally, in a truly flexible world, when I came across, I can also just hook this down. Okay? If I step back and hook it down, I'm going to have all kinds of pain. Okay? So if you get there, great. It just, not everybody, depending on size, height, flexibility, their comfort level. The bigger guys have a relationship with the ground. We don't like to go to it. So we kind of go, oh no! And we marshal forces we never thought we had just to keep us from going there. But you got to learn to go there. Okay? And I want to take my opponent there, so if he doesn't want to go, I'm going to drive him down. I can use this to break, this to cut. Then I'm over, and I'm down. Nice version is this. Less nice version and more effective is to hook it and then come down in this situation. Okay? Play with that. Take care of yourself. All right?
Yes, you feel it already.
Yeah.
That's the arm.
Catch, there's two ways of doing it. The first way I did it, I just came up on the side and then kind of drop his foot down. And if I need to lift his hand up, you got to sink your butt a little bit down, come up here, I want to have a torque for this. So it's so slow. And I also move your foot over here at an angle so that you're putting your weight right there.
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
I use that as a good way to just
Your counterbalance
Depending on
on
with it.
his arm,
Yeah.
while you're breaking on
melt in after with that.
the other way of doing that is to come through.
Push that arm.
You're gonna come up over and as you step through, you step down
Your forearm.
and then drop down clean.
You want to pinch the arm? Yeah. So, yeah, if my palm goes turn up, now that's palm. So the more your legs cut it together, the more.
Now, when it's like that, if you're gonna use this one, take this foot and move it here, but change the angle so that your hip starts laying on his shoulder. And it's just shifting in there. So now, pull on the hands, get straight up. You feel a little bit better. Okay. From here. Now, one way. Well, I'll just take it. So, one way is once I come through, I simply come down and I come in, but I'm kind of leaning more this way. And then this switches. Okay? Now, another way is just coming in, I step forward a little bit here, as I come through, I come back, and now I just have to pin. If the guys are with me, yes, when I'm pinned here, it really hurts. If not, I just have this pin, you can use it. And then I open up along the spine of the nerve endings, set it back.
I'm checking for extra weapons.
Okay. There we go.
Got that?
I know.
Very good. Yeah.
I know, right? There we go.
I was doing it wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering, I was like,
He always says that
but
because
I always feel you're too flexible.
she probably can't do it.
You were ready.
Yeah.
You want to go
Uh-huh.
this way. He was stepping across.
Uh-huh.
Right? Oh, sorry. But there's a way of view
Yep.
on there. And
Oh.
a bar on top of it. So practice your balance before you do that on your girlfriend. I lost that. I had this in my hand. It went right to her hand and started crunching that. So. But then it's scary to feel that weight on you.
Yeah.
Like that's enough.
Yeah.
The hard bar is just.
I didn't even think
icing.
about how you got it out. I was just like, oh no.
How long have I got left?
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
All right.
Yeah, make me wonder.
Straight up. If you pull it back, it will have an effect on the shoulder, but it may see some pressure. All right. Everybody's had a day? We'll wind up, yeah, we're gonna run us to 5, but I think everybody, I can tell, yeah, everybody's starting to get a little bit of the deer in headlights. So, you enjoying it?
Yes.
Yourself? Okay.
Yes, please.
Questions or, have a seat. Questions, comments? You know, I wanted this to be kind of an introductory into how you could use it, various concepts, blended concepts we already have, maybe looking at a few new ones, or at least a reconceptualizing of different principles and how we could use them. So that was my idea when I started putting this together, because this, you all know me, this is my favorite play, okay? And there's very little, I probably will have to develop something that's a little bit less lethal, but it's just not much more fun for me. So, but, you know, I may like similar what I did with the knife stuff, is that I have a whole biomechanical cutting rather than lethal stuff. But questions or comments?
Thank you so much for coming down, learning so much. Been to all your previous Kerambit classes and my Kerambit classes, but I've never seen, we always use it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but I like today's lesson, like we could use it from another angle now, so I've never ever seen that before.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're welcome. Because when we really start building, you know, when I first teach Kerambit, all this is always very much a utility weapon. We're not showing everything it can do. And it's usually in conjunction with some of the other, you know, blade work that we're doing. But yeah, when you start looking at, oh, what can I do with this? Oh, okay, I can move it. And then we didn't get into the percussive part, where all of a sudden I'm bam on somebody's head, I'm bam on the disarm. You know, with a break bones instead of, you know, the smaller Kerambits, like I have one from Sumatra, you probably wouldn't get as much with that. Now it does have serrated along the back, so when it comes down, it's going to rip some skin, but it doesn't have the impact. Some of the ones I have with the bone handles and full tang, and they've got some hefty weight to them. When I hit bomb, then you can see that begins to break. Okay, or if, you know, we're looking at here, I'm looking at joints. I'm going to hit it towards the joints. I'm not so much big muscle parts, but when I come down here to tendons, or come down here to joints, so where I hit becomes important when I'm doing that kind of thing. Even when I'm doing my cuts, the closer I can get to a joint, the more I'm going to hit the tendons rather than the muscles. Okay. Same thing we talked about with cutting on the biomechanical for the thigh. If I cut across the quad, it's good. It opens up and put it, you know, but I can still drag it with me, right? Same thing. Hamstring is not, you know, it hurts, but it's not as demobilizing. But if I come down about, you know, 1 inch, 2 inches above that knee to right at the tendon, when the quads come down, they come in, you've got that tendon. If I cut that tendon, that's what connects into the bones. And now, this the use of everything from knee down is not there. Now you don't have to let it stand on in order to come right after me. So when I'm looking at doing cuts, when we're doing the disarm cuts, that's why I'm not just cutting there unless it just happens that's where the moment. My target is actually closer to the joint because I want to cut more tendons here. And that, boom.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah. All right, question. Any other questions?
For me, that notion up here, where you're coming either underneath or you're scooping and sealing, I think that's a very good essential. Because again, this is that notion that, oh, someone stopped you, but at the same time, oh, I still have plenty that I can come through and do. Who's ever seen a pair of brass knuckles? One knuckle.
That's what that is.
A couple of times when Reggie was hitting me and coming back across and like this, and I was like, man, that's plastic. Once with a metal ring on it, I'm like, sure, I don't have the full set, but at the same time,
I'll take that.
I'll take one, because that one, even right there, you're doing a regular punch, gets to that jawbone.
It's focused with a hard surface. boom, boom, boom.
And for those of you who work with a regular knife, a regular straight blade, a little bit that hangs off of the back end. Same idea. And I was like, well, you know, because I turned it up.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yes, and this was an excellent class. You know, I never realized, you know, I mean, I own several Kerambits, but I never realized the versatility of the tool. So I had a pretty good understanding of it, a better understanding of it.
Good. When you're playing with this, I want one theory, and I subscribe to it, is you don't really want the blade to stop moving till you're finished with it. It molds with your hand and your mind so well, more so than a straight blade to me. That's why I see a lot of reverse. But with this, I'm getting every benefit that a blade could get, between puncture, slice, dice, hit, everything, hooking. So if I hit, we didn't do a whole lot of inside bouncing off and coming down. Those things we already know. We do it empty hand, boom, bam. Now I do the same thing, and I just work my way down the body. So we'll add to this. This was 3.5, almost 4 hours long of stuff. And you know, I probably have another 2 hours worth of material so far.
When you get some water, give it back.
But you know, there's only so much you can kind of take in as well. But I'm going to keep building on some of this, and I've long wanted to focus a little bit more on the Kerambit and be able to teach that out. So now I feel at liberty to do it. So we'll be doing more. The guys in Louisiana are begging for it. One guy that I teach at a school once a month, he called me up after first and went, "I love your blade work. I love every class, but can we just do Kerambit moving forward? I actually want to put that into my system because it fits so much. They're karate school, but it fits so much with what we do, and that's the choice. So that's part of it. Plus, it's just it's my favorite blades. Any other questions? Comments?
Yeah, I enjoy the versatility of it. Think of it as brass knuckles. That's the impact weapon. Using the back side of the blade. Then with it folded as an impact weapon. Deploying it, you know, in process and all the slicing dice that it offers.
Yeah.
You know, control as a hook and control. So it seems like 5 or 6 weapons.
There's a good video. Go look it up on YouTube. It's Doug Marcato, and he's showing his Fox. I forget which one it is, the Fox 590 or something like that. But he's using it as a folder, almost very much just impact. I ran across it the other day. You may have seen it, but everything is just using it as an impact weapon. It's a folded Kerambit, but it's all folded, and then he'll flip it open. Now with the Fox, they have, you know, their little opener, Fox opener that was licensed to them. And so he'll come in and then he'll open it on their arm and cut through. We'll work through some of those. I tend to prefer the fixed rather than the folded, but that's also fine. I looked at it the other day and I went, all right, I'm coming back to this, and I need to teach some of this out, but I got to practice some of that first. So I have not used that as extensively as what Doug Marcato has, obviously, but it was some good stuff. But check it out in the video. You will love it if you haven't seen it already. So, all right. So what I would like to do is, actually, as we finish, a little bit of mindful breathing. Then we're going to take a good break, let you clear your mind, and then Charles will be here for testing, and then we'll get some meat. Okay. All right, but before we do, so just back straight, you can sit cross-legged, you can sit in seiza, doesn't matter. I just want you just to have your hands folded, you can have your hands here, you can just be comfortable. And I just want you to breathe in, be very mindful. Just breathe in nice and deep through your diaphragm. You should feel your belly expand and release and let all tension go. Let go of any thoughts of today. Let go of thinking about today. put your tongue at the roof of your mouth, just behind your teeth. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Get some water, rest up. Yeah, there's no time limit in that bag. That's it.